Hey folks, welcome to the second episode of SecureDApp Face-Off. I am Kunal Chowdhury, a subject matter expert and content and community executive at SecureDApp. And today's episode, I will be going head to head with Aakanksha Bedi in a debate series on a very relevant topic called centralized identity versus decentralized identity. I will be representing the side of centralized identity. So let me start with a short intro of mine. I'm a graduate in media studies honors from University of Kalyani and I hold a strong interest in Web3 projects. I also hold a diploma in computer applications. So now further ado, I'll let me pass the spotlight over to my co-debater, Miss Aakanksha Bedi. So over to you, Aakanksha.
Thanks, Kunal. Hello, everyone. My name is Aakanksha, and I'm working as a regional ambassador for Bengaluru under AlgoBharat for Algorand Foundation. So basically, I'm a blockchain enthusiast and building a blockchain community in the Bangalore. And I'm also a researcher working in the cybersecurity, blockchain, and the smart grid. So I'm really excited for the today's topic, centralized versus the decentralized identities. So what you guys think that which will be the better solution? And maybe after that, at the end of this discussion, we will finally reach to a solution. Right, Kunal?
Yeah, absolutely, Akansha, absolutely. So let us start the discussion, Akansha. So let's kick things off with a foundational question. So when we talk about digital identities, who should have the ultimate control? Should it be the individuals or trusted institutions? What are your thoughts on the control of identity?
So, Kunal, according to me, I assume that decentralized identity is the best because we are actually giving control to the user. It's user data, user privacy, and according to me, it should be in the user hand. Whom they want to share, they can share. So, in decentralized identities, we are actually giving entire control to the user. And to implement this kind of things like decentralized technologies, blockchain will be the backend most probably. So blockchain is like a innovative solution to building the decentralized identities. So over to you,
Okay,
Kunal.
Akansha.
So what's your thought about the centralized one?
Okay, I personally think centralized identity systems offer a clear and accountable control by trusted institutions such as governments and large corporations. This structure ensures consistency in identity issuance, revocation, and monitoring, I would say. Because a recognized authority manages the identity, it's easier to enforce rules or standards, I would say. This centralized government builds trust among services providers and regulators. It also simplifies the dispute resolutions and fraud prevention, I would say. So, in my opinion, centralized identity has, uh, I would say, control of identity in centralized identity has a edge over decentralized identity. Over to you,
Okay,
Akansha.
so yeah, okay. Like according to here, centralized is the control of the centralized authority. So according
Yes,
to me, like
yes.
if we are moving with the centralized control, so how can you say that ownership of the data because the entire thing is in the big giant company who are actually taking care of our data. So entire thing goes in their control. While if I talk about the decentralized identity, so user the entire thing is in the user control. So like since we are migrating from the Web 2 to Web 3, so every transition take a time. So as of now, for the simplicity of the user, even in the Web 3 systems also, we are using a custodial wallet. So it's like it's a kind of a easy interaction. Anybody, even if you don't know any technical thing, they can also use this technology. And after that once we are fully aware with the technology, then we can go with the self custodial wallet also. Like any decentralized wallet, be in Ethereum, mostly we use MetaMask, and in Algorand, we are using the Para wallet. So it's like based on the user interaction, based on the user knowledge, we can give them full control. So it will be good for them. So what's your point on this?
Absolutely, you are bang on it. But I think the authorities and the governments, or I would say the large scale corporations, they have certain terms and conditions regarding the identity they kept of the users. So I don't think they will misplace or misuse them so that the users get exposed to the hackers. So yeah, somewhat your point is correct, but I think they are trusted. The government and large corporation we can trust over. We can have faith, some faith over them, I would say.
So, I just want to take an example. Even it happened me as well as I'm sure most of the people around the world. So, suppose if I am searching something on the any site, be it Google or Amazon, and after some time I just close it and then move it to the other platform. That definitely I am get some recommendation. At some point of time, we actually like the recommendation. Okay, the whatever we have searched previously. So पहले तो बहुत अच्छा था मतलब जो था नॉर्मल था पर अभी जो एक रिकमेंडेशन आया उससे बेटर है. So, it's a normal for a normal user, it is good. But as we are the technical person, we can actually identify that what's actually happening in the behind. So, actually, somebody is actually monitoring our data, what we are doing, what we are searching. So, I guess according to me, this is the biggest breach, or you can say biggest drawback of the Web2 system, and that's why we have to move to the decentralized identity because it's our data; it should be in our control.
एब्सोल्युटली आकांक्षा बट मैं क्या सोचता हूँ इसमें कि दे यूज आर somewhat data for recommending some. For example, I look for bats in an online store. They will give me suggestion of some balls over there, but somewhat they use our data. But I don't think that they completely misuse our full data. For example, our passwords or our wallets or our bank accounts. I don't think so. They will hamper that. So, in my opinion, centralized identity is a good to go thing.
Okay, so I just want to ask you one question. Since today is the age of privacy and everybody is concerned for their privacy, so how you can say that your centralized system actually, preserving users' privacy?
See, I have I have already mentioned that मैंने पहले भी कहा that government and trusted institutions, they are so big that I don't think they will hamper your data so much that their company is in loss, or they lose the trust they lose the trust among the audience or the users around them. So I think there are certain limits that need to be corrected, but centralized identity is a good to go for me
So
because
it's
it's
like a,
widely
trust. I mean, you can say it's like a philosophy. We are actually believing that, okay, whatever government is doing or whatever these giant companies are doing, they are actually, good. So some kind of, good faith, right?
absolutely. We have to believe to some or the other things, right?
Okay, so using the decentralized identity, we are actually just eliminating this. We are promoting the decentralized trust. If we are trusting someone, then others should also verify that, okay, this person is verified, then only we can trust someone. So it's like a decentralized trust. We are not trusting anybody, but still we are maintaining the trust. So that is the beauty of the decentralized identities. And even in the
Okay, okay.
tokenization also, like we can generate a tokens, rather than showing our full identity, we can show our particular things. So that's the thing.
Okay, nice, Akansha. It was nice hearing from you. So you can take the next question.
So I just want to ask you, since in blockchain, there are multiple blockchains, right? So if we want to migrate from one platform to another platform, there are the interoperability also. We have the bridges also. Like we can use the smart contract at the bridges, and then we can move to the other platform also. So how you can handle interoperability basically in the centralized system?
So, in my opinion, although centralized systems are interoperable, but although typically confined to specific ecosystems, centralized systems offer seamless integration within platforms like Google, Microsoft services. You heard about sign-on thing, that SSO, and uniform
Mm.
user profiles across multiple apps. So APIs and SDKs further enable limited but structured interoperability, and enterprises benefit from a consistent identity schema, I would say, reducing complexity in internal systems and integrations. These controlled environments enhance compatibility as well as they reduces errors, in my opinion. What are your views on it, Akansha?
So it's like in a decentralized system, everything is transparent, and using the smart content, we are actually automating the entire process, and we can the backend, the code is running, and we can go with bridges, we can go beyond the chain also. Like if when we are working on the particular chain, then we can migrate to other chain as well.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Got your point. Got your point. It was nice. So, Akansha, so let's move on to the next pointers that we have. So, what do you think about privacy? Privacy is always a hot topic in digital conversation. How
Mhm.
does decentralized identity system ensures user privacy while still maintaining the control and compliance?
So since like I told or previously told that blockchain is a distributed ledger, so once you deploy something on the blockchain, it will be for forever. So it's like a immutable ledger. So in terms of privacy, we are maintaining the privacy in terms of the cryptography basically. So right now it's a very hot topic, the zero knowledge proofs. So using the zero knowledge proof, suppose you have a Aadhaar card, and you need to prove that you are your age is a particular, like you are above 18. So rather than showing the entire Aadhaar data, you just show that okay, yeah, I'm just eligible to that above 18, and I can go with any document or anything wherever you want to go. So using the zero knowledge proof, we whatever we want to show, we can prove that okay, we are the legitimate user without showing the entire detail. So it's like just a mathematics. Even about apart from the zero knowledge proof, we also have other cryptographic algorithms that can run in backend and it preserve the user privacy. And also we have a tokenization system also. Suppose I'm going for a some kind of interview, and I have to share my digital certificate to HR. So again, I am telling that I am not trusting anybody. So what is the guarantee that if I am sharing my documents to the HR person, it will not misuse it later part? So what I am doing is using the DID, which I can create token for that particular time. Suppose I am having an interview for 5 to 6 p.m. Right? So for 5 to 6 p.m., I can create a token for my digital certificates, and for that particular time that HR person can view my certificate. After that, he can't. So that's the beauty of the decentralized system, and we can bring into picture the tokenization also. And so entire thing is in user control. You actually share whom you want to share your data. You can very well do that without leaking your privacy. I guess centralized system don't have such kind of control. Is
Okay,
it?
okay. I will definitely come to the centralized system, but I have certain questions regarding it. So in a country like India, do you think tokenization will work where we are under development stage, where literacy, we are literate, we all are literate, but some or the other way we are achieving the literacy rate. So do you think tokenization will work here?
Definitely, because we are the technical people. So our aim should be whatever we are building, whatever we are any application or any software we are building, it should be benefit to the normal people. In recent time, actually, AlgoBharat have implemented two projects. One is the Seva Foundation, and other one is the Mandeshi Foundation. So these actually most of their users are coming from the rural background, moon ladies who hardly know anything about the technology and anything, but still they are and nowadays everybody is having smartphones. So using the smartphone, actually they are creating their tokens based on the Aadhaar data. So we are utilizing the Aadhaar data, and we are creating their tokens. And after that, if they want any government help or anywhere they need to prove their identity, they can go to just taking that token, and they can prove that they are the legitimate user. So this is the thing, then because it depends on ourselves. If we are a developer, we are the software engineer, so we can definitely create some kind of solution that actually benefit the rural India or rural people. But we can't say that we should not move with the technology. If we some thing have a potential, definitely we should go with that.
I understand. You mean to say that we have to make the country aware of it that we are going for this kind of technology.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
definitely,
Because what
definitely.
happened in such scenario, na, like in the rural people not much aware of the preserving their identities, like the Aadhaar data. Okay, we have Aadhaar card, and sometimes they just kept somewhere and they forget. And while some suppose that there is some scheme, and for that particular scheme, you need to show your Aadhaar card, or maybe rural areas में होता है राशन कार्ड आपको दिखाना है. तो अगर आपके
बिल्कुल,
पास
बिल्कुल.
वो डॉक्यूमेंट है और आप उसको दिखा नहीं पा रहे हो, तो व्हाट इज द यूज, आप कोई बेनिफिट नहीं अवेल कर पाओगे. सो इसलिए हमने क्या किया, एक टोकन बना दिया उनका, और टोकन में ही हमने उनके सारे डेटा को ले लिया है. और उसके बाद वो जहां भी कहीं जाएंगे अपने मोबाइल ऐप से लिंक कर सकते हैं, और वो शो कर सकते हैं कि हाँ हमारे पास सारे डॉक्यूमेंट्स हैं हमारे पास. सो इट्स अ
बिल्कुल,
पायलट
बिल्कुल
प्रोजेक्ट,
सही
इट्स
बात
वेरी
है.
गुड.
या इट इज वेरी गुड, बट प्रॉब्लम यहाँ ये आ जाता है कि व्हेन इट कम्स टू द अर्बन एरियाज, सो the people there think that that technical aspect, they वो कहते हैं कि मुझे हमें नहीं समझ में आता, आप मुझे एक जेरोक्स दे दो भैया, हमें एक कार्ड दे दो, हम उसी से हम चला लेंगे. Are you getting my point? So how do you
Yeah.
tackle that? How will you tackle that?
It's like nowadays slowly we are moving toward the digital part only. Even if पासपोर्ट के लिए भी जैसे आप पहले जाते थे तो हमें बहुत सारा एक लेंदी प्रोसेस होता था जो करना पड़ता था, अब आज के टाइम में सब कुछ डिजिटल हो गया है. सो इंडिया इज एक्चुअली गोइंग वेरी फास्ट थ्रू द डिजिटल वर्ल्ड. सो आई गेस आफ्टर सम टाइम वंस पीपल अवेयर ऑफ द टेक्नोलॉजी कि एक बार हमने अगर कुछ अपना सिक्योर कर लिया डीआईडी, तो विद दैट डीआईडी वी कैन गो एनी वेयर टू मूव टू एनी प्लेटफॉर्म. सो दैट इज द ब्यूटी. ट्रांजिशन फेज है, थोड़ा टाइम लगेगा, बट वंस द पीपल विल अवेयर डेफिनेटली एवरीबॉडी विल गो दैट. जस्ट टेक एग्जांपल, लाइक हमारी जो जनरेशन है, स्पेशली जो ग्रैंड पेरेंट्स हैं, उन्होंने कभी मोबाइल पहले नहीं यूज किया था, पर आज के टाइम में हर कोई स्मार्टफोन यूज करता है. भले ही उन्हें टेक्निकलिटी ना पता हो बैकएंड की, पर एटलीस्ट यूट्यूब चलाना, न्यूज देखना, ये चीजें सबको पता है, इवन गेम खेलना. So it's like we are moving with the technology, and if people identify that okay, this technology is benefit for us, we are actually saving our data, we are not compromising our privacy, then definitely everybody will go for that.
Absolutely, absolutely. So यहाँ मैं अपना पॉइंट रखना चाहूंगा.
Hmm.
सेंट्रलाइज्ड इज ऑलरेडी मतलब बन चुका है. सो कॉन्ट्री टू assumption, centralized systems can be configured to comply strictly with privacy law like GDPR or CCPA. And they offer detailed access controls, audit logs, and permission settings that prevent unauthorized sharings. With a clear oversight authority, users have a place to file complaints, demand redress. Enterprises can adopt data minimization practices and privacy by design frameworks. This builds user confidence, and I would rather say meets regulatory expectations. So these were my points on centralized identity. Akanksha, you can go for the next one.
Okay, so I just want to ask you, like, what is the user experience in terms? I should say that since everybody is, well aware of the Web2 system, so how can you say that Web2 system is better than the Web3 systems or maybe the DIDs part? So user experience, I just want to ask you your point.
Okay, so user experience का मैं एक example ही दे देता हूँ. We have Aadhaar, we have passport, we have PAN. So all these are centralized identity. So user experience का तो कोई सवाल ही नहीं उठता. इतना easy है. We just carry it to a store. We just scan. If we want to issue a SIM card or something else, we just show our Aadhaar card and we are ready to go. So I would rather say that centralized identity offers a highly polished and familiar user experience. For example, logging with the password, OTP, or biometric, it's such a quick thing, and even for non-technical users, it's like a butter and honey to them. Features like account recovery, password reset, support hotlines ensure that users aren't stranded. Integration with device level security like Face ID, fingerprint makes it authentication seamless. So users don't need to manage keys or separate wallets, simplifying across services, across the access services. Over to you, Akansha.
Okay.
What do you think about decentralized identity?
Okay, so I just take a point from your point only, the passport, basically passport. And when we are going to airport, previously we have to take a long queue, and now we have a DG Yatra. So why every airport
Yes.
is now going with the DG Yatra? What we are doing exactly in DG Yatra? We are just scanning our, initially we are scanning our Aadhaar, and then the Aadhaar is permanently stored. And backend we are using these DIDs, actually the blockchain technology. And once we are going to the airport, then at that particular time, we don't need to show any of our IDs, right? So that is the power of DID, and everything it make it fast. And maybe after some time with the security check-in also, like we can do this thing. So it's making the process fast. And since you are using DG Yatra, that means okay, you are already verified your identity. So that's the power of the DID actually giving to the normal people.
Absolutely. So,
So
Akansha, it was good. Yeah, yeah, please tell me.
yeah, yeah. So regarding to this only, I just want to ask you, according to you, what are the security or breaches that can be happen to the, since a centralized system are, stored to a particular location, we have the data centers, and these data centers actually the hotspot for, any hacker or anything. So how can you prevent your system in the centralized part?
Yeah, centralized systems are, I would say, prone to hackers. But enterprise grade centralized identity platforms implement strong security protocols like multi-factor authentication, firewalls, access control, and threat monitoring. So I know centralized systems can be hacked easily or can be breached easily, but centralized monitoring allows for immediate response to threats or anomalies. Institution can invest heavily in cybersecurity to protect the user data. This creates a high security environment that users and businesses can trust. And frequent security audits and updates keep the environment that users and businesses can trust. So I would rather say centralized identity is a good. There are security breaches. There can be risk of security breaches, but this kind of multi-layer factor authentication, firewalls, access control can save us from that, all that of stuff.
Okay. But you can't deny that these systems are prone to attacks. Centralized system. If we are securing everything in the centralized system, centralized database, then definitely there will be a security issue. So that's why this DID come into picture. We are not securing our data in the central. Data is distributed. Data is fragmented. So we are actually, if suppose somebody want to attack to a particular, attack a particular user. So we at the back end definitely will know, okay, some issues happen in this particular time, and we can just stop that attacker or that, miss happen in that particular place only. It will not further affect the whole network.
Absolutely. But in centralized, if we use multi-factor authentication, many layers of security, we can also save our data from data breaches, I think.
Yeah, but we are just adding the security layer one over another, but nobody can sure, right? That actually we are actually and to maintaining that data centers and that centralized system, actually we are consuming the massive amount of power, right? So that is another drawback of the centralized system. We are for cooling, for maintaining the cooling part also, for energy to enhance their energy efficiency also, we are actually consuming the investing in the energy part also.
ओके, सो मेरे पास एक एग्जांपल मेरे दिमाग में आया. सो एटीएम कार्ड अपना हम सब यूज करते हैं. सो एटीएम्स
Mhm.
आर थ्री लेयर सिक्योरिटी. फर्स्ट
Mhm.
सीवीवी एंड द एटीएम नंबर एंड आर पिन. सो हमने बहुत कम ही सुना है कि एटीएम से कभी हमारे पैसे चोरी हो गए या कुछ हो गया. बट वी हैव ऑलरेडी हियर्ड दैट ऑनलाइन थेफ्ट हैव हैपेंड. मतलब ऑनलाइन से हमारे पैसे बहुत सारे जा सकते हैं. जैसे कोई लिंक पे क्लिक करते हैं हम, हैकर्स हमें हमारे पैसे ले सकते हैं. सो मेरे हिसाब से तो सेंट्रलाइज ठीक है इन सब मनी रिलेटेड मैटर्स में.
एटीएम जो स्कैम्स हुए हैं बहुत हुए हैं पास्ट में. अब आजकल क्या हो गया कि लोगों ने पैसे निकालने ही बंद कर दिए एटीएम से. मुझे नहीं पता मैंने लास्ट टाइम एटीएम से पैसे कब निकालूंगे, स्पेशली इन बैंगलोर. वी आर सो मच ऑफ डिजिटलाइज एवरीवेयर. अवर सब्जी वाले, मेट, एवरीथिंग वी आर जस्ट पेइंग द डिजिटल फॉर्म. So in an ATM also we have the key logger, right? If you are typing your key, somebody is put the key logger, then definitely your whatever password you are typing or your ATM pin, definitely they can, attackers can know. So,
ओके, ओके,
security breaches can be happen anywhere. And the
ओके.
biggest thing is why we should rely to the centralized identity. If we have the power of decentralized, we have our own decentralized wallet.
ओके, या गॉट इट Akansha.
Yeah.
So let's move on to the next point, Akansha. So
Yeah.
talking about global reach, how does decentralized model enable mass adoption and digital inclusion?
So global reach, I would should say, like since we are involving as of now, okay, and it's like a transition phase, so it will take time. But since like tokenization is a very good example, everybody is now going for the tokenization. Recently, we receive Algorand is doing the water tokenization also, water credit, right? Even solar panel tokenization is also going on. So it's like we are physical assets, we are actually securing over the blockchain using the tokenization. So it's like it's a booming field and it's have a tremendous potential in future.
Okay, but
And
currently I
definitely
think
like
that,
yeah,
yeah,
please.
yeah, please continue, please continue.
And it's like in the current scenario, definitely we are lacking in terms of, regulations and proper framework. So we need, as of now, we need some kind of intermediary who can actually accelerate the things. And I guess SecureDApp is doing very good in terms of this. SecureDApp is actually just implemented SecureX, right? So it's like kind of DID
Yes.
solutions. So it can be accelerate to the and enterprise adoption also. So using this platform, we can actually create and manage our KYC, our decentralized identity. So it's a very good solution. And I guess after some point of time when people actually realize, so definitely we'll have a multiple player in this domain also.
Yeah, yeah. I will come to the secured apps new product called secured XDID.
Yeah,
बट
yeah.
इसमें इस पॉइंट में शायद मैं जीत रहा हूँ आकांक्षा बिकॉज centralized identity is globally accepted. Many centralized identity systems
Mhm.
are backed by government programs that issues ID at scales, making them accessible to broad populations. Initiatives like Aadhaar in India or EID in Europe, have you heard about that? I don't know, but
Mm.
have brought digital identities to millions. So these systems are supported by physical infrastructure such as enrollment centers and all that stuff. They allow marginalized communities to access welfare, banking, and education. This structure approach, I would say, promotes digital inclusion at the national level. So I think this centralized identity is winning in the global reach.
Yeah, because you are the big player. Centralized system are the coming from the ages, but nobody can rely for their security terms also. That's why we are moving, and it will take some after some time. We will be also big player like DIDs. I guess
Let's see.
we
Let's see.
have some question in chat.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So, folks, we will be answering questions at the end. We have a special session on it. So it's for me, I think, Kunal, with so many. I will answer them. I will answer them surely. So, Akansha, can we move on to the next part of it?
Yeah, sure.
So talking about the next part will be compliance with regulations. So compliance with regulations is a non-negotiable in many industries. So how do decentralized identity systems align with legal standards and audit requirements?
So, like in compliance, you can say that smart contracts are like running in the backend. They are handling the entire thing. They are actually providing the automation to entire thing. Once the pre-written condition are met, then the particular smart contract automatically removes, and we are doing the entire process. So it's like we are coding everything, and we are safeguarding the everything. So it's like we're in the compliance side, and we are very good to go, and we are using the cryptography in the backend also. So it's good, like everything is secure. We have in safe hands, so people can go ahead.
Okay, okay. Talking about centralized identity systems, align seamlessly with the existing laws and regulations of our government. They support logging, auditing, data residency, and law enforcement access under due process. So, legal clarity makes them ideal for use in sectors like, I would say, finance, healthcare, and education. And businesses using these systems reduce compliance risk and streamline reporting, and obviously regulatory bodies prefer these systems for their audit and governance readiness. So I think centralized is a good to go for compliance with regulation.
I just want to take one example here. Since our government is, since so long, is just centralized, they are doing everything in centralization. But now, government bodies, especially in the south region, Telangana, Andhra, they are actually adopting the registry in the land registry part. They are picking up the blockchain part, will securing everything, all the land registries by using the blockchain, and they are creating their DIDs also. And even for to maintaining the user authentication everything, there are so many pilots running on. So it's like slowly people are understanding the potential of the decentralized identities and as well as the blockchain. And definitely in the coming future we will get regulation according to this.
Yeah, definitely. But uh, I don't मुझे क्या लगता है कि our government is there are too many regulations for DID. What are your thoughts on this?
Yeah, since like it's an evolving field, so it will take time to understand by each and every one. Once the system and ecosystem is well set up, definitely we have a new norms, and it's will be next new thing will be the DIDs actually.
Okay, so don't you think that our government should train people to just go to the urban places and make them aware of this DIDs and all that stuff, so that the urban areas have faith in these kind of things?
Yeah, actually, since like we are the technology people, and if we go to the rural area, we actually told them that what are happening right now with you as the centralized system or in any Web2 system, and what is the power of DID and Web3 actually giving you. Definitely, they will understand. So as of now, you can say it's a kind of lack of knowledge. Like people are not actually understanding the power or potential of the Web3 systems. And since like whenever you just simply just a normal layman person, if you say that I'm working in the blockchain, okay, you're working the cryptocurrency. Like people used to think like that. If blockchain is just like to the cryptocurrency, no, it's have a much beyond than that. It can solve the real life problem, and that's how one of the problem is main thing is the identity issue, and that's what DID come into picture.
Exactly that. जब भी हम कहते हैं कि we work in blockchain, people think that we are working for crypto.
Yeah,
So
actually.
they think that सरकार ने तो बहुत सारी टैक्सेस ट्रैफिक्स बहुत कुछ लगाया हुआ है, क्यों आप लोग कर रहे हो? दे डोंट
हाँ,
अंडरस्टैंड द फुल
इंडिया
थिंग अबाउट
में बैन है एक्चुअली क्रिप्टोकरेंसी तो
यस
व्हाट्स द
यस
पॉइंट
यस
ऑफ स्टडीइंग दिस एक्चुअली आई पर्सनली
एक्चुअली
फेस दिस क्वेश्चन मेनी टाइम्स
literally this is truth. So coming to the next question, Akansa, offline access is being explored in decentralized models too, but without centralized verification, how can offline identity use remain secure and verifiable in sensitive applications like voting or something else?
Yeah, in this point, you can say yes, because in DID also, we are actually utilizing the Aadhaar data, which is actually a centralized one. And we are building our DID solution on top of that to preserving, user identity, or if they want to vote, or if they want to unveil any government facility. Like I told you previously, just AlgoBharat implemented the Seva and the Mandeshi Foundation. So in backend, we are actually utilizing the Aadhaar data. Based on that, we are just creating the tokens so that it will be easy for the users to just rather than showing the your Aadhaar number or your precious data, you just go with your tokens or maybe DIDs. And DIDs like you can carry with the multiple platform. You need not to, if you have your DID, you need not to log in again and again the multiple times.
Okay, fair enough, Akansha. But I think centralized identity is winning here. Centralized systems can operate in offline modes using smart cards or QR codes or preloaded credentials, right? So government issued ID cards or badges work even without internet connectivity. This is particularly useful for accessing public services, traveling, or voting. Enterprises can also offer cloud-based access that doesn't even doesn't even require live network. Such flexibility enhances the system's utility in remote or underdeveloped areas. So I think centralized identity is winning in this point. What say, Akansha?
No, in decentralized system also, we can, go with the QR code basis. QR code, like we just scan a QR code and we can just link with the, main data or maybe the off-chain data or the on-chain data. Most probably the off-chain data. We can trace our product. Like nowadays, the food chain is very hot topic, or the supply chain. So you just by just scanning the QR code, you actually got to know at what particular time this product will build and will come into picture, so anything you can trace on. So it's like again, since it's a new field, and day by day we are involving a lot of R&D is going on. So definitely after some time we have a very good and better solutions.
Absolutely. So someone has commented that centralized is very important. If someone takes away your money and runs away, we can't ask anyone in blockchain. So yeah, that's fair. That's fair. It's from Rajesha Rao. That's fair point, Rajesha. So what will you say, Akansha, on this?
So it's like it's not possible at all. It means like if someone is forking the chain is very difficult. Huh? You particular say we can identify that person who actually fork in between. So that they are the means that we can track and
Yeah,
caught that guy or that person.
correct, Akansha, correct.
So that's like
So
there in Indian government also. That's why they are not promoting the cryptocurrencies India. While in foreign countries we are very good to go. Is that everybody is going with the cryptocurrency. But in the Indian
Yeah,
perspective, it's still, in the suspicious thing actually.
yeah, मेरे हिसाब से government should go for it because we have to first make aware, we have to aware the people about it. Yeah, क्योंकि if Europe, USA are following it, so why can't we? India is a country which can accept and change according to the world that's transforming in technology or something else. So I think they should go for it.
Or as of now, like rather than completely going to the Web3, we can, take a mediated thing of Web 2.5. So where our solution, front end solution will be based on the Web 2, and the back end we are actually using the Web 3. So it's kind of mediator thing.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
just like a
absolutely,
custodial
absolutely.
wallet we are using, right? So initially, even in our pilot project also, we have first implemented the custodial wallet. So maybe any third party or any reliable entity actually controlling the data. And the user have their private key. Without their private key, nobody can access their data. And after that, once everybody understood the technology and the other technical aspect, then definitely we can go for the self custodial wallet also, like the blockchain wallet, or you can say crypto wallets.
Bilkul, bilkul. I got your point. So Akansha, let us go for the next session here. So centralized identity systems have oversight. Okay, sorry. Decentralized identity gives us user full control. But what happens when someone loses the key or wallet? Is that freedom really empowering or just risky without recovery options?
I should say, like, since we are giving entire power to the user hand, right? Your user is fully control their identity, they can manage their data. So if we are giving that much power to you, so every power comes with the responsibility also, right? If you have the power, then it should be your responsibility that you should take care of your private keys also. So that's the first aspect. And second thing, also some wallet, decentralized wallet actually you securing your keys by they are offering you the passphrase using, if you want to recollect your wallet using that passphrase, whatever you got at the time of installation, by doing that you can actually recall or recollect your wallet. And also, like, we are promoting the decentralized trust also. Like if there are so many person and they are telling, okay, this particular wallet belong to this person, using that again the cryptography in backend, then that particular person can actually recall or recollect their wallet also. So there are those solutions who are involving. And as of now, most of the wallets are using the passphrase key only. It's like a maybe 25 or 26 passphrase wallet. Using, if you are just sign off your wallet by using this passphrase, you can recall your wallet.
ओके, सो बट आपने कहा कि जब आपके पास कंट्रोल होगा, सो यू हैव टू बी अवेयर ऑफ इट, यू हैव टू बी
Mm,
वेरी इंटरप्रेटिव अबाउट इट. सो बट
mm.
आप लोगों को देखो, वो अपने वॉलेट घर पे भूल जाते हैं, फोन घर पे भूल जाते हैं, तो वो कहाँ से उतना टाइम निकालेंगे कि अपना सिक्योरिटी प्रोसीजर पूरा फॉलो करे या समथिंग लाइक दैट. आर यू गेटिंग माई पॉइंट?
या देखो, अगर हम वेब टू सिस्टम के बारे में भी बात करें तो उसमें भी हमारा आईडी पासवर्ड होता है, राइट? पासवर्ड आप भूल के, ठीक है, आप पासवर्ड फॉरगेट पासवर्ड करते हो, अगेन आपको सिक्योरिटी चेक्स होते हैं, ऐसा तो है नहीं कि डायरेक्टली आप कुछ भी ले सकते हो। तो सेम थिंग है उसमें, पासवर्ड आपका ठीक है 5 to 8 वर्ड्स का या लेटर्स का हो सकता है, मे बी 12 ऑल्सो। पर यहाँ पे आपका एक पूरा हैश है, तो प्राइवेट की जो है इट्स काइंड ऑफ हैश ओनली, क्रिप्टोग्राफिक हैश। तो वो आपको सिक्योर करना है, तो पीपल आर ऑलरेडी टेकिंग केयर ऑफ योर देयर पासवर्ड, since there are multiple platform and for every platform we have different id passwords. So most of the people, even myself also, I'm just creating a diary so that if I miss some password, then I can look into that, and in different tabs I can log in. But if same thing we are empowering you with the did, and with just single did you can go to the multiple platform, then it's very good to go. People are actually securing their ids, their password, then why can't they secure their private keys, right?
Absolutely. But talking about centralized identity, I prefer personally the centralized identity part here because though not fully autonomous, centralized identity empowers users through service access, dispute resolution, and account recovery, which is very important, I would say. If an account is compromised or inaccessible, users can reach out to a help desk or reset their credentials. Certain policies are in place to protect user rights and handle grievances. Parental controls, digital consent tools, and fraud detection systems enhance user confidence and control. So, in my opinion, centralized identity is winning here. What do you think, Akansha?
I don't think so. Because we need to manage everything, right? And if security and privacy, we are leaking our security and privacy, then what's the point of using such kind of solutions, right?
But the hectic load from the user reduces, I would say.
Like,
लाइक आपने जो कहा कि हमें हमारे डीआईडी को प्रोटेक्ट रखना है, अपने पास रखना है।
हाँ, या लेकिन अगर आपके पास एक सिंगल डीआईडी है तो सेम डीआईडी यू कैन लॉग इन टू द मल्टीपल प्लेटफॉर्म्स, राइट? सो दैट्स द एडेड बेनिफिट.
Sure, sure, sure. Got your point. So, Akansha, you can go for the next one.
So I guess what your point about the oversight or the surveillance in the centralized system?
Okay, so surveillance, I would say that हमने पहले भी इसके बारे में बात किया था। तो सेंट्रलाइज आइडेंटिटी में हमारे जो हेलो,
हाँ, yeah,
एम आई ऑडिबल?
yeah, yeah, audible.
सो सेंट्रलाइज आइडेंटिटी जो हमारे ऑथोरिटीज के पास रहते हैं, सो डेटा ब्रीचेस के चांसेस आई थिंक मल्टी मल्टी फैक्टर ऑथेंटिकेशन के थ्रू या यू फायरवॉल के थ्रू। आकांक्षा? Hello, Akansha, you can go for the point. I'm having some issues with my internet. You can go for the point. I will continue after it.
Okay, okay. So it's like surveillance and oversight issues. It's like since blockchain is like giving you the power, you can transmit or transaction across borders also. And if we are not talking in terms of financial things also, like you can trace the product, a particular product from end to end. So it giving you power to of traceability to monitor everything, and it's everything in the transparent way. So it's like this DIDs and all the blockchain technology will be the winning part in this scenario.
Okay, Akansha, talking about centralized identity, those surveillance concerns exists in this centralized identity system, but centralized systems can implement strict logging policies and internal audits to prevent the misuse or hackers attack, or oversight mechanisms like data protection authorities ensure lawful access to data. Transparency reports and legal frameworks can further limit the state or corporate the overreach of it. With right checks, centralized systems can offer privacy alongside functionality. Institutional accountability adds a safeguard layer, I would say. So that's the side of centralized identity in surveillance.
Okay. So anything else you want to ask, Karan?
Uh,
Kunal?
so, Akansha, we can just go for the Q&A. I have
Yeah.
few questions over here. So the first question says that, Kunal, with so many data breaches happening today, how can people still trust centralized identity systems to keep their personal information safe? See, I accept the fact that there are data breaches. This is very acceptable that there are data breaches. You can't deny that. But there are authorities who are controlling our centralized data. So they are creating an environment where your data is kept private in servers so that there are less breaches or less hackers attacks, और वो बहुत सारे factors लगाते हैं वहाँ बहुत सारे policies they are making for certain policies so that they can protect your data. For example, multi-factor authentication or firewalls. So this way we can protect our data in centralized identity, I would say. What do you say, Akansha?
again, like uh, we are promoting decentralized trust, right? So I don't want to trust anybody, be it a big company or a government or anything. Like our past experience say most of the time government actually ditches us, right? So maybe in terms of policy or something. So I should say if we have a technology, definitely we should have to go with that.
Definitely, definitely. I completely agree with it. But standing up as a centralized identity speaker, so I have to speak for centralized identity. So,
Yeah. So
uh,
next question is
so
also with you only.
yeah. So guys, we can just have some questions about on Akansha. She is spot on with her points. So
I
can
guess
we?
everybody is, fully agree with me. Everybody want to go for the DIDs, right?
Uh, Absolutely, they can go for the IDs.
Yeah, that's
So
a very
yeah.
good point. Hmm.
So Karan has a question. Karan, can you read it, Akansha?
Yeah, it's like the question says, can centralized identity and decentralized identity go hand in hand? So yes, that's why I previously also mentioned that we are building a solution for the decentralized system. So this decentralized system can't go alone. We need some kind of centralized system also in terms of India. Like we have a very unique thing, Aadhaar. Okay, so using the Aadhaar data, anyone can trace any person, right? So if your Aadhaar data is manipulating or something, so definitely it will be a huge security breaches for that particular person. So using the Aadhaar data, we are just creating a DID solutions. And whenever you go, you just need to show that, this DID rather than showing your Aadhaar data. So in that sense, I can say definitely it's a kind of hybrid model where we are utilizing the centralized authority, which is already existing, right? We need not to do any labor for that. We have our Aadhaar data. So many government agencies are building that. So on top of that, we are creating a security layer, or you can say a more advanced layer with that decentralized system.
Absolutely, Akansha, absolutely. So next question, let me pick the next question. So Rahul says that Kunal, critics say centralized identity puts too much power in hands of one authority. What's your take on that? Do you think it's a risk for necessary trade-off? Uh, that's a valid concern, Rahul. I totally get it where it's coming from. That's a fair point. Centralized systems do give more control to one authority, like the government or a tech giants or some other authorities. But that also means that they are taking responsibility for security, maintenance, and access. Take an example of Aadhaar. For example, it is run by UIDAI, which has the infrastructure and legal framework to keep it secure. So, in a diverse country like India, not everyone can manage their own digital identity. As we already talked, Akansha, that we have many rural areas in India, so we have to make them aware of it. So there are risks, but proper regulations and better tech, we can improve it rather than replace it entirely. So I hope you got it, Rahul.
So next question is like from Sir uh, Wandala Srujana. The question says like if as I mentioned 2.5, can we trace the hackers in this mode? Yeah, definitely. Because in the front end, we are using the Web2, but in the back end, we are using the blockchain. And no one can deny that blockchain is known for its traceability, right? The end-to-end solution is secure, and you can trace the thing. So definitely, if someone penetrate in between or at what particular moment or what particular node, definitely we can trace them and we can stop the things to escalate to the further.
Absolutely, Akansha. So next question is for me. As you said, government is taking lots of measures to protect the public data. My question is fails that fails what you extra measure to protect what you feels feels to protect the public data in centralized environment. Not government only, JJ. There are the authorities or big tech giants or big tech companies. They are already taking certain measures that we call multi-factor authentication or firewalls. They are putting in all their cybersecurity stuff over to save your data. Yeah, data breaches are normal these days, but we have to accept it that they are somewhat protecting us, but as Akansha said, you can go for decentralized identity because there are blockchains who are there to save you. Akansha, right?
Yeah, definitely. So I guess one more question we have. If you have kept money in the wallet and you are in a coma or in hospital or you die in banks, you have KYC and nominations. In crypto wallet, do not have KYC and no one knows. So what will happen to your money? I got this thought once I got into accident and when the bus I was supposed to travel in overnight journey overturned before coming to my stop. Okay. So, like I already told, we are involving, and as of now, we are doing, the through QR code, we are actually doing the offline capability also. So, in the same way, once these technology fully functional, definitely we have a trace also for that. And as I told you that we can go with the decentralized trust also, like so there are so many persons, we can vote to a particular node or particular wallet. Okay, this node, this wallet belongs to that particular person. So definitely we have these kind of scenarios, and definitely researchers or software developers are working and trying very hard to give a certain regulation and framework so that it will be very user friendly in the coming days.
Uh, right, Akansha, right. Very much correctly said. But Akansha, there is one last question. I think that this is not available in the chat because I'm a co-host of it, so I can see it. They are
Okay.
asking that if decentralization empowers users, how do we protect those who aren't tech savvy?
Means like tech series, I didn't get actually.
Uh, I will just repeat the question. If decentralization empowers users, how do we protect those who aren't tech savvy? Means they are trying to ask who are not into the technical aspect of it.
Okay, so that's why I told previously also we discussed, right? Like if we are building a solution for a normal person, or you can say just a rural people who don't know anything about that, who don't know even English also. Okay, so we have a thing that we in their native language we can code anything, right? So we are the developers, we can work for them, and we can create such an innovative solution that they are very much friendly. Maybe in their native language, be it from Telugu, Tamil, Gujarati, Punjabi, anything, right? We can build their solutions, and using their mobile app they can just create a token, or they just verify their identities, and they are good to start with the chain process, and they can utilize at the back end the blockchain things. So it means in
Absolutely.
this scenario, we actually need a kind of mediator, who can actually work for them. And as like we are the tech people, or maybe any company, or even a SecureDApp, what these guys are doing actually amazing. You have creating something so that other companies who don't have much knowledge or who don't have much technical persons, they can utilize it. And if anybody want to go with the DIT, definitely they can go.
I really liked your point that you mentioned about you can make them understand in Tamil, Telugu, and different languages in it
Yeah.
because this is very important in India. India being such a diverse country, you need to understand the people here first. So it becomes very important for us to just go beneath it and make the people understand. So, any final words from you, Akansha,
I
about
guess
decentralized identity?
one question I have. We have one question. Can
Yeah,
you please
please, you,
explain
you, you can take it.
ZTP little bit? So I guess after that, if we don't have much time, so maybe Kunal, you can take up the question, and maybe after certain time we can reply through email or something, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
So I
question to
want
the
to.
host. India is already taking significant steps for adopting blockchain technology. For example, Karnataka's SSLC certificates and marks are not stored using blockchain. Tamper-proof verification. As we move towards 2030s, how do you see Web3 shaping mainstream public services in India? I think Akansha has already mentioned this point. Web3 is the future. I would say not the future, it's happening right now. India is ready to transform, and centralized system is important, is definitely important. But for breaches, to control breaches and all that stuff, we need Web3 to take over the systems. Or else we can say that we can go hand in hand. We can the front end should be based on centralized system, and the back end should be based in decentralized system, or something like that, right, Akansha?
Yeah, definitely. And like there is one question, focus suggestion for the students basically, cybersecurity, cryptography, blockchain, all three focus on privacy and security. But what you suggest to a student to learn? So definitely, since blockchain is a very involving field, it has a tremendous potential, and we want the developers, right? Even Kunal also know this. We want developers
Yes.
to code for us. If we are working for a company, definitely we need developers. We need a person to understand the cryptography, to the learn understand the things what are actually running in the backend. So it's I just want to suggest the student must learn these things, and it's a very booming field, and maybe by 2030 we have a huge demand. And nowadays what happening is everybody is migrating from web 2 to the web 3, or maybe you can say web 2.5. So like we have so much of real life use cases, like in agriculture also, and in some identity management, land registry. So we need a bulk amount of students, or developers who can actually code in the blockchain. So definitely the future is very bright, and it's not like you have to specific for a particular chain. If you need a blockchain knowledge, if you understand this, definitely you can go with any chain, according to my point of view.
Absolutely, Akansha. Absolutely spot on, Akansha. So any last point from your end, Akansha?
So, as I already mentioned, I must say that centralized and decentralized at this point of time should go hand in hand. Right. We are building the DID solution, but we are utilizing the Aadhaar data. This is again a centralized thing. But definitely, I would mention here, rather than showing the entire thing, we can show certain amount of things, okay, what is actually necessary. So using the zero knowledge proof, or any kind of cryptography. So that is the power we can the DID actually give us. So it's like a very good thing to go with.
Absolutely, Akansha. Thank you. So my last words would be centralized identity is good, is definitely good because the power is up to the authority and it's controlled, it's very much protected. But India needs to shift. India needs to shift its technology while world has already shifted. So we need to come up with certain changes in our system, and centralized identity and decentralized identity should always go hand in hand, because in a country like India and uh, Asia, I would say that population of literacy is we are catching up with Europe, but we are already aware of the truth that we are lagging behind some or the other way. So these both should work together, and let's change the world, guys. Let's change the world. So thank you for tuning in, all of you. SecureDApp XDID product is live. So is a SecureDApp XDID product, I would say, is a comprehensive decentralized KYC AML platform designed to address the unique needs of Web3 that we were talking about, DeFi and dApps. It offers a suite of tools, services that allows business to meet regulatory obligations while maintaining a user-centric approach. Secured XDID uses blockchain technology to establish a secure, transparent, and efficient identity verification process, I would say. So please tune into securedapp.io for more information. And Akansha, did have you heard about it?
Yeah, definitely. Even I personally saw your website and everything, and you guys are doing very great.
Thank you, thank you. Appreciated, Akansha. Appreciated. So let me end this face off. I accept the fact that decentralized identity it's is the future, but centralized identity needs to be there so that we can transform the future too. What's your call on this?
Yeah, definitely. Like, just I want to give one example. If UPI is nowadays very famous, right? Be it a sabji wala, tele wala, or anything, pani puri wale, everybody is using UPI, right? And we are paying them. We are just forget our credit card or something. If we UPI is now, it's like cash only. You want to pay cash, okay, use UPI. So if these things are very common, after certain amount of time, definitely these DIDs are now will be very common. So we just need to accelerate it further. We need more people like us who can actually educate the normal person to go with the DID, to go with the blockchains, and definitely we are very good to go.
Thank you. Thank you, Akansha. I hope the face-off ends here.
Yeah, thank you so much, everyone. Thank you so much for listening us patiently. And if you have guys any suggestion, any feedback, please share with us.
Okay, let me just close it off, Akansha. So, first of all, thank you for being such a nice, debatable person. And thanks the audience, especially thank to the audience who tuned in. Subscribe to our Secured Apps YouTube channel, and we have our final episode still left, which will be held on 12th June. So please tune in to Secured Apps website or Secured Apps WhatsApp group, I think, which is available in the chat right now. Uh, okay, so the Discord server are available there. You can join it too. You can tune in there and you can join the next session of Face Off. So thank you everyone for tuning in. My last word would be centralized identity and decentralized identity both are important, but India needs to shift, right? So Akansha, thank you for being such a great debatable person for us here.
Thank
And
you, Kunal.
let's just
And thank you
end
so
our
much,
face off.
SecureDApp, for arranging this wonderful session.